Pedestrian warning light or a light fault with your Mini, well, this could be the reason why. So this Mini has come to us with an electrical fault, and this is something that we keep seeing over and over again, and it can be caused by the wiring. So this in particular vehicle has a wiring fault, and what's happening with this car is that the screen wash is dropping onto the wiring loom, swelling the loom and the insulation and causing a problem with electrical faults. To replace this wiring loom, it's an intensive repair. So we essentially have to replace this whole front section of loom, and that goes right from inside the dashboard all the way back out to the front here. So Mini actually do a repair loom for this vehicle. Otherwise, we'll be replacing a whole body loom. So this is a repair loom that we've purchased through the Mini dealer. Comes in a small bag like this, and essentially that is every wire from the inner dashboard all the way out to the front. So now I've got everything in this bag to do the repair. I'm going to show you what's involved. Okay, so this is the problem and where it happens. So where the rainwater and screen wash channels down the windscreen, it goes down into this section here. Okay, so normally there's a plastic trim covering this area that does protect some of the wiring from the elements, but essentially the screen wash runs off the screen and then into the wiring here. So if you look closely at the wiring insulation has started to swell due to the reaction with the screen wash. And in this area here, you can see that it's quite bubbled. So the water penetrates the insulation and causes the copper to corrode, causing all sorts of issues with electrical faults within the car. So in order to carry out the repair, we need to remove the dashboard to gain access to the loom. So there's a whole lot of wires that need cutting and then joining into that new loom, and that is done over at this section here. So without removing the dashboard, it would be nigh impossible. So as you can appreciate, the cars are very complex, and that is reflected within this wiring loom. It's a universal loom, so you do have to cut and omit some wires, so not all of these wires are used. And what makes it even more complicated is that some of the wires are the same colour. It'd be far easier if these just plugged in, but unfortunately we have to cut all these connectors off and join them one by one. So the difference with this loom is that the insulation is made up of a different material. I've been told that this one shouldn't react with the screen wash. Contact us today if you think your car would benefit from having this repair.